and they're testing stuff, but I can see your chat, so I'm not sure if I'm talking here on my own. Am I just talking on my own? Am I live now, maybe? What is going on? I really hope I'm live now. All the messages are gone. Can you guys hear me? Anyone? No? Am I live? Okay. Just like always, I am going to say to write the word of the day, to figure out how late I am, how delayed I am. The word of the day is hot dog. So write hot dog to know how delayed I am. Wait, I will count. It's not hot dog anymore because probably you already wrote it. The word of the day is gonna be Christmas tree, but only when I'm counting. So like 3, 2, 1, Christmas tree. 1 Mississippi, 2 Miss. Okay, it's like 1 second. Okay, I'm live then. Some weird stuff happened while I was trying to start the streaming. I was saying that this is connecting to YouTube and blah blah blah. I've never received those messages before, so I had no idea if I was live or not because I could see your chat, but I did not know if you guys can see me. And you did not, because I talked, I think, for a while on my own. So, some of you are just writing Christmas tree now. It's for some of you there is some delay though. Oh, already have the first question, so let's start with the questions. Which year of Eurovision are you most excited for Lauren and Mike to react to? I think the most excited I am for 2016, but also for 2014, just for the winner. I'm curious how they're gonna react to the winner. But I think 2016 is one of the best shows. I think when we're gonna get to 17, they're not gonna like the winner at all. But in 2016, I don't think they will guess the winner at all. I really don't think they will have the winner on their list. Like, I'm kind of used, I know what they like and what they don't like in Eurovision, and I don't think Ukraine is gonna be too high in their list. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll be surprised. Also, my name is English. Okay, so it's George. How do you pronounce your last name? Machin? Machin? Machine? Machine? Are you missing an E? Are you George Machine? It's Machin. I would have never guessed that. So it's George Machin. Okay, that makes sense. ESC Swiss asked me, oh, you switched to ESC Swiss now, so you just got all your glory with the other one and now you switched back. How drunk were Lauren and Mike in the second part of 2013? I don't think they were too drunk. I think I got tipsier than they were because I kept going through the drinks because it was a pretty long show. I don't know why, I just felt it was a lot longer than the others. And yeah, I just drank a lot. Kihag, let me remember to say messenger group. Okay, yeah, messenger group. You were in charge of it, Kihag. I told you, you're like my personal assistant and you're gonna get 10% of the entire dollar that I'm making every day. Just do that. I think we should start it somehow on the Facebook group. I'm not sure how we're doing this. But yeah, I think it's a cool idea just to do like some random chats every day. Dana, who was your top 10 in 2013? You said Denmark was not it for you. No, so 2013 top 10 is quite hard to figure out. But I will tell you that in my top 3 were Norway, which Norway maybe was my winner. Mike's actually. Mike also had Norway on the first place. And then the countries kind of mashed up. I didn't care who was who, but I really like Belgium, even though a lot of people did not. I just like the song a lot. The live performance was a bit weird. And I liked Azerbaijan too, more of the performance. The song, I didn't listen to the song that much, but I liked the staging and everything that happened a lot. What else did I like? In 2013 I liked more, but when I say that I like, it's not the same level of like when you were asking me which songs did you like in 2016, because those songs like I liked. But in 2013, I liked them for what they were. I still think that Norway 2013 was very good for that year. So the only one, that was probably my winner. A lot of people were saying that 2013 was your favorite year. I don't see why. It's definitely not for me. It's not my favorite, like by far not my favorite. But there were some cool stuff, like some cool songs. Sorry, I'm distracted because I hear noises that are not supposed to be hearing them right now. So Jake said, I'm glad someone appreciated Ireland 2013. I will be very honest with you about two, I think, of the acts, or three of the acts that when I rewatched them with Mike and Lauren, I totally loved. But I do specifically remember when I watched them in the Eurovision, I thought they were kind of forgettable. And the first one that I did not like back then that much, I did not hate it, so it's not like I didn't like them, they were just like there. But after watching them now with Lauren and Mike, one of them was Iceland, the second one was Georgia, which I thought it was so good when I listened to it now, but for some reason I didn't even remember the song. And the third one was Ireland. Ireland was actually very good compared to the way I remembered the song. So yeah, in 2013 I don't think I liked it that much. But I think it's also like when you grow up, you just see them differently. That happens. Harrison is asking me, when is Eurovision Redemption happening? I still have to bring all the people together. So right now I'm in the phase where I'm trying to get enough. I need at least 4 people at the same time. So scheduling is hard because some of them are working weekends, some of them are not, some of them like it in the morning, some of them like it in the evening. So getting people together is a lot harder than actually filming. That's like mostly the issue every time when something gets delayed. It's not because we have like technical issues or something, it's just because we cannot get together. Adley also says that he loves that they loved Ireland. Yeah, I mean, now I see why you would like it. I don't know what happened with me in 2013, why I didn't like it back then. Jake says 2013 isn't the best. Yeah, for me it's not even, I don't know what's top, but it's pretty low in my top. Will you be showing them Love, Love, Peace, Peace when you watch 2016? Well, of course, I'm waiting for that moment. Up until now, I never showed it to them because they don't have the references. So what's on stage, they will not understand until after they're watching all the years. So because of that, yeah, I have to wait for 2016, but I'm definitely showing them Love, Love, Peace, Peace. Kihak says, nobody messaged me last time after the show. Were we supposed to message you? That's not the way I remember it. I thought that you were supposed to make the group. So you were supposed to like invite us in the group. I thought that's how that worked. Adley, can you tell us your first big earthquake experience? So yeah, this was not my first earthquake experience, but last week, for those of you that do not know that, we were supposed to have this show that happens now. And I cancelled it because I was filming the Eurovision 2013 with Mike and Lauren. Right after we finished filming, I came back home. That was, by the way, filmed at their place. So I came back home and I was just like on my computer, whatever. And at some point, I think I was watching, don't laugh at me, I'm watching Simply Illogical. I just like Christine. I have no interest in what she's specifically doing. I just like her a lot, so I'm just watching her. And I was watching, she just released her new collection, Rainbow, blah, blah, blah. So I was watching her video and I was sitting literally on this chair right here and it starts shaking. So I was like, okay, it's an earthquake. There are a lot of earthquakes here. But after a while I realized the earthquake is not stopping. Like, usually an earthquake lasts around 5 seconds-ish, 7, 8 I would say probably. But this one just kept going and I was like, that's quite interesting. And then I realized that the building starts making an actual sound. Like there was like a metallic sound outside, because right in front of me I have a window. So also the elevator is there, and outside stairways. So it started like making metal noises, so obviously the shake was a lot stronger. And then I stood up from the chair and I realized that in the room like stuff are moving. I have like some boxes here right next to me, so they were like actually shaking, and I had to hold them. And while I was holding them I was thinking, oh my god, the TV in the living room. So I ran for the TV, and then I thought, well, the alarm goes off, like if the earthquake alarm goes off we need to evacuate or whatever, but then we cannot use the elevator, and then the stairs are like screeching. So I was like, what's going on? And the whole thing lasted for more than a minute for sure. So it was a lot, because I was here, I didn't know what was happening, then I went to the living room, then I came back, and I got so panicked because I've never experienced an earthquake that strong or that long, for that long of a time. I had no idea why isn't it stopping. So yeah, I'm curious how I would have reacted if actually that happened during the trivia night. Like you guys would have seen me probably, maybe I would have closed the stream at that point, but it was like shaky. So yeah, I got really scared. And after that, of course, I was afraid of the tsunami. I was afraid about the, what's it called? I'm skipping the English name. Like when they happened again afterwards, the mini earthquakes after. So I stayed awake just in case one of them is strong again or whatever. So yeah, but the very next day I went to the beach. So it was, obviously I was not scarred by it, but it was definitely my first experience. And it was a pretty strange experience, and it was scary. I did not like that at all. It's cool to have it once, to say I lived that. I don't want to live it again. Like once, it's enough. The next question. Marco says, I liked a bunch of songs from 2013. But 2013 for me is the year that my country found Eurovision again, the Netherlands. I do agree with Netherlands. Like I think in 2013 Netherlands started to take it seriously again. Like that, I feel the same thing. Yeah. Do you think any UK songs over the past decade have been underrated? Well, I do think the one from this year was definitely underrated. I also really liked Lucy. I think she could have done better. I think her only problem was like her facial expressions while she was singing. I think that was a bit weird and might have taken the people out of the mood of the song. But the staging, that was like the best staging UK did. But other than that, I don't know. Like I always feel bad that the songs are on the last place, because they're not supposed to be last. They're definitely not last, but the way the Eurovision system works with the points, if you're playing it safe, you're gonna be in the bottom. Like that's the way it works. And UK does go extremely safe or sometimes bad. Try something crazy. Send something like Moldova style stuff. Let's see another question. Marco says, for me, Norway and Italy stood the test of time best. I like the Italian song totally from 2013. Norway for sure. I mean, Norway is still on my playlist. I love that song. Katal says, I'm Irish and I hated Ireland 2013. Well, I don't know. I think that might have been like a lot of the cases. Like some people liked it, but some people really hated it, and then there were not enough points. They were never in the top 10 somewhere, so they just ended up on the bottom. I don't know. I do think for sure they did not deserve to be last place. Not to be mean, but probably that year last place should have gone to Lithuania. Like, that song was actually bad. It was sang badly, the lyrics. I know what they tried to do with the lyrics. I know what they're supposed to be, like the metaphor with the shoes and whatever. And I quite like the idea of it. I don't like the way it was done. Definitely not the way it was sang. And the backing vocalists were actually off. They were totally off. But also, he was the second one. And I also noticed that France, like the first act, had issues with their in-ear. So I wonder if something like that happened actually with the Lithuanian act. Like maybe the guy could not actually hear what he was singing, and the same with the backing vocalist. So maybe that's what happened in the beginning of the show. And Erison says, in 2013 my favorite songs are either non-qualifiers or low placing songs. Well, I would say that Norway was pretty high, but I also know that you did not like that song. Marco says the next 3 years are excellent, 2014, 15 and 16. I agree. I think 2014 is the year where everything starts to change into this hyper modern style. But yeah, I'm also excited. I'm mostly excited to see how they would react to Conchita. I'm really curious what they would think about it. Or if they would like... Do you know what I'm actually guessing? And I'm gonna make this bet with you now before filming the thing. They will both put as number 1 the Netherlands. I think that's what they're gonna do in 2014. Because that's closer to the style of music they're liking from what I've noticed up until now. And I also think that when the Three Sisters, I don't know how to pronounce it. The Three Sisters are gonna be there, they're also gonna be very high on their list. Jovan says, you should put the picture on first so we see if it's worth to fight for prizes. Jovan, actually that's exactly the reason why I put it last, so you have to play, even if you're not sure if you like the prizes or not. William says, 2013 was the first year I was watching live where my winner won, which I really enjoyed, so that was fun. So that was the first time when you watch it and your winner won, or it was the first time when your winner won while you were watching it live? The first year that my favorite won, it might have been, I mean, it's not really true. In 2006 was my second year, and I was really cheering for Romania. I really liked Tristariu's song, but at the same time, I really liked Lordi. But I always saw Lordi as like this funny act. I was like, no one's gonna vote for them, so I kind of excluded them from like my list, just thinking they're just like, no one's gonna vote for that. So I think if I would have given them the chances to actually win, I think I would have told them, I would have named them as my favorites. But I think that year I stuck to Romania, 2006. The first time my winner won, it was not 2007, not 8, not 9, not 10. By the way, in 2009, so many people love that song. I like it, but I'm not like dying for it. 2011, definitely not. 2012 was... She was not my favorite from the very beginning though. She was my favorite after watching the live show, so that doesn't count. 2013 was not. 2014 also not. Like, I liked Conchita again, just like with Loreen after seeing the live performance. I did not like it before. 2015, not my favorite. 2016, not my favorite. 2017, I think 2017 was the first time when my favorite won. And I know this is so unpopular, like a lot of people don't like him, but yeah, 2017 was the first year. Oh my god, I watched 11 years until 12 years until my winner won, my favorite one. So that's a long time. Okay, Dana and Kihak, they're deciding their charity group talk, so just one of you just do that. And don't count on Dana because she still did not give us the average. Dana, work your numbers. Steven says, I scored 3 points on the first 2 questions, then 0 in the next 23. Did you just not get fast enough the answer, or you were answering it wrong? Like, what happened there? You should show the story of ESC, that's Eurovision. Well, I know that's Eurovision too. I will. Just, yeah, I can do that, but I have like some plans with them and I don't want to show them some stuff from the beginning. Like, Mike is actually very interested in like reacting like some older ones. So I'm planning to do maybe like a Eurovision black and white just with them, just for them to see like the actual first ones. I think it's gonna be cool. Okay, so I'm definitely very up on the chat list right now, because Dana is just answering now that she's doing her nails, and Christine would be proud. If you made a very critical mistake, Dana. You know how she says in all her videos that her name Christine is spelled without an H. Like, how can you make that mistake? You're obviously not a subscriber of Simply Nailogical. Kihak says there are over 1,000 people in the Facebook group. I can add them all. Well, no, you don't have to make a group of 1,000 people, because I'm just gonna mute the group if 1,000 people are gonna constantly chat day and night. No, but you can add like some people, like the people from this chat, for example, that you find in the group, and just like add them like manually. Just the people that you know. Don't add the entire group. And anyone asked me, what is that Facebook group? So if you go on my YouTube channel, in the cover on the bottom right corner, you're gonna find a link, and that's my Facebook group, where like I post stuff and sometimes polls, and I ask questions. I'm kind of preparing, and I'm asking for like questions like, what country would you like to blah blah blah. So I'm kind of taking like a feel of what people would like to watch next, and that's what the group is. That's what the group is for. Also, I'm kind of sometimes giving some spoilers, some stuff. Aftershock. Okay, Harrison just told me what the earthquake thing was. The aftershock? Yes, I was waiting for the aftershocks that night. I could not think of that word for no way. Don't forget to get the new Smirnoff. Well, not to brag, but this is what happened, but I do have a backup. So I did all this before, because I'm always running dry towards the end, because I talk a lot. So I'm from UK, and I agree with you. UK doesn't do crazy well, but we need to try and up the tempo. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, just because I do not believe that in UK everyone just likes to go safe. You can go crazy, but like good crazy. Don't go crazy like Dustin the Turkey. Go crazy like, I don't know, Zopshi Soup. That style of crazy. Adley says, Lucy was my favorite on X Factor. Still mad they saved Edward over her. I also agree with that. I also think that back then I felt like she was my favorite. But also the editing of, by the way, people turn off your phones because it's pinging during the live streaming, and that's not a good idea. So, I also think that the editing that X Factor did, like now, knowing now what I didn't know back then, I do think that the editing they did for Lucy for the show was really, really helping her. Like, all her stories were just like so dramatic and sad, and she was like this very, I don't know, sensitive girl that doesn't know things. I don't know. Like they build personalities and characters out of the people that compete in these shows, and that's why I kind of stopped watching all of them. Like, I'm not watching the X Factor, I'm not watching the Got Talent shows, any of them anymore. Is because all the countries just started like making them to become like these characters in a reality show. It's not a contest anymore. It's just everyone has sad stuff. And the way I know that is because I applied for one TV show back in Romania, which has something to do with cooking, and something that they put a lot of accent on, like that's like their main thing, is like, tell us some struggles from your life, or tell us something that happened to you, or tell us la la la, and they put so much accent on it. I'm like, don't you want to know if I actually can cook, first of all? And no, they're looking for drama. Like, the producers are just, they're picking characters, like different personalities, and if they're similar, they put you in the same category like with the others, and then they're just picking from each category. So in all the shows, you're gonna have the bad guy, the silly girl, the crazy dude, the person that is very likable, like a grandma or a mother of 5 kids or something like that. So they make these categories of people and they pick from each one. So it's kind of unfair. And this is kind of like behind the scenes, but this is the way they're doing it. By the way, I did not go to that show in the end, but I was called, but I just refused afterwards. I had other stuff to do. Um, okay, I'm definitely way behind in the chat and I have no idea what you guys are answering to. Probably something that I talked like about 5 minutes ago. Ram says, by the way, welcome Ram, I don't remember your username. I would like that other countries participate in Eurovision, like Kazakhstan, USA, Brazil, South Africa, etc. Well, I would say not necessarily in Eurovision. Kazakhstan, I would say yes for Kazakhstan, but not USA. Brazil and South Africa, they're too far. Like, it doesn't feel like the only reason why Australia is in Eurovision is because they're a part of EBU. Somehow, I don't even know how. Probably had something to do with UK. I don't know. So that's how they can be part of it. But even that was like a discussion for some years until they were allowed to do that. Like USA, definitely no. I don't want USA in Eurovision. Like, let them do their own thing. Like, they can do like their states stuff, like each state inside or whatever. But no, I don't want USA in. Let's see. Kazakhstan sent 2 great singers in a row in junior ESC. Yes. So if they can do the junior, they should do the adult. I don't want to call it senior because it feels like that's like over 65. Isaac W, which is iWaldron. By the way, why aren't you playing the trivia night anymore? Are you just very happy with your wins in the beginning and you gave up? The other players are getting a lot better, so you would have some competition. So he said in 2014, 2015, 2016 my favorites didn't win, so imagine my surprise when Salvador, my favorite, won by so far in Kiev. Wait, did he win by far? I don't remember if it was by far. I don't remember the points, and at some point like Bulgaria and Portugal was still close. I don't remember how it ended, like if actually Portugal just took the win. But they were like my 2 favorites. Portugal was just my favorite from the very beginning, and Bulgaria had such a good live performance that at that point I did not care if Bulgaria would win over Portugal. So I was kind of like, whichever one of them wins, I'm fine with it. And then they ended first and second, and I was really happy with it. So Dana says, writing with drying nails is not fun, so cut me some slack, and I haven't watched Simply in a while, that's true. No. You know. Because Christine is always saying not to put the H in there. Like, the H did not appear because your nails are not dry. Kihak says, oops, that was me adding him to the group. It's fine. I think it was the anonymous. Then totally come to the group. The group is not like a secret. I just need to check first. Like, if the profiles are created like 5 minutes before, sometimes I don't really give accept to them. Dana, how are you with Road to Kingdom? It finished, by the way. I did not watch any other episodes afterwards. Also because those videos, the 2 videos that I made with Road to Kingdom, got like, I don't know, like 65% dislikes, and like so low on the likes on those videos, so I don't think I'm gonna continue the series. Also because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of editing, and then those guys just keep asking for copyright whatever stuff, and I have to chop that for like 3 days. And it's a lot of work, and it doesn't really bring anything to the channel, it doesn't help the channel. But maybe I'll just watch it like on my own. Ram says, react to Celine Dion, and For Real 2004. Well, For Real, you were not in the Trivia Night, were you? For Real was one of the answers in Trivia Night. But to Celine Dion, for sure they will. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that in the 2nd season. I'm not sure yet who the persons are gonna be for the 2nd season. Kathy definitely wants to come back. She said that she had a lot of fun and she wants to make another video. So Erison says, isn't it because they love Eurovision so much and they were made ESC associates in order to participate? I don't think that's the way it works. I think the rules say that those countries, like their public TV channels or whatever, have to be part of the European Broadcast Union. and that's the way that you can take part in it. I don't think it has something to do with Eurovision on its own. It has to do something with EBU, and then they're allowed to participate. So I think that's how that works. William says Kazakhstan has proved themselves in Junior Eurovision and Turkvision, so I love to see them. Yeah, I have nothing against it. Yeah, Larry Murphy says we have a broadcasting channel called SBS, which is part of the EBU. I told you, it's about EBU. It has nothing to do with Eurovision on its own. The EBU is like the big one. I would have never heard of EBU if Eurovision did not exist. So I know that EBU is like the bigger one, and Eurovision it's a part of what EBU does, but I heard of them the other way. I heard of Eurovision, and Eurovision made me know that EBU exists. Iwaldron says, I'm still playing, just not bothering with the commenting. I can play again if you would like me to. Well, I want to see how your skills are on the new rounds. The only competition Isaac would have is Kihag, which I'm all for. Yeah, I also want to see like how Kihag and Iwaldron would do like against each other. Which, by the way, what happened tonight with ESC Swiss, like aka Manuel? Like, what happened? You're always complaining how your answers are not fast enough and how you don't know the answers, and tonight you just crushed it. Like, I could not believe how many times I just saw your name in the top 5. Eric asks, yes, point record unbeaten since. Well, to be fair, the record that Iwaldron has was from the first night that I did the Trivia Night, where we had 50 questions instead of 25. To be honest, I think that tonight's points from Kihag might be the record for 25s. I am actually I can check. Let me see. So, since we started the 25s, in the first week, Kihag won with 36. In the second, Jonathan won with 26. In the third, Kihag won with 40. Then Swedish Bipanda won with 31. And tonight, Kihag won with 43. So I think this is the record for the 25 questions, since 25 questions came in. And I think that, if I remember right, I think Iwaldron won in the first week with 76 or something like that points. Am I wrong? Do you remember? Which means that technically you would have done around 38 points per 25 questions. So that record does not stand like that. How do you think you would do as a contestant in your trivia? Well, I think I would do pretty well with the image questions. I find those easy. I find them extremely easy. It's more about the spelling. Yeah, I would have problems with mostly the Russian-y names, I think, and definitely with the Balkan names, because I would not know if, like, in the Balkans I've realized the letters don't really double themselves. But that's where I have the issues. Like if it's like Mamadov or something like that, I don't know how many M's to be where or how many D's or stuff like that. That's where I think I would be bad at. And also based on the questions, like the actual questions, I'm spending probably to research like stuff, because I make the questions up myself. So I'm looking for like cool facts, and somehow I try to put them together to form them into a question. So for example, the reason why I figured out the thing with the 200 points was because I was looking for like 100 points to see. I tried to do like 100 something kind of a question I had in my mind. So I was looking for countries that made exactly 100 points, and I couldn't find 100 points. So, but then I saw 2 of 200. So I thought, let's somehow create a question about that. So those are not facts that I know. I am looking for cool things to make into questions. So very probably I would not know the answers to many of them. But if you ask me about the math stuff and number of points and stuff like that, it would be easier. But the way I'm making the questions now, I don't think I would be able to answer them if someone else would make them. Um, so Dana says, I don't care for videos, watch it on your own time, probably Road to Kingdom. If I at least get some feedback on Road to Kingdom in 2 minutes here, I'd be happy. In 2 minutes? Oh, just like here, like not now here, but usually here. Okay, I promise I'm gonna do that. I promise I'm gonna watch the episodes and I'm gonna tell you what I thought about them. Yes, Sisu says, I think Australia has to be invited every year. I don't think so. I think as long as you're part of EBU, they're in. I also know the thing with the 30 years of broadcasting thing, but at that point, I think they were trying to figure out the way to get in. That's how I think that worked at that point. They were trying to see if the channel would actually want to be part of EBU to do the whole thing. Because the reason why I know they don't accept that is because in 2016 when Romania was cancelled because TVR did not pay their money or whatever, those are some idiots. Because of that, another TV channel from Romania wanted to take over. So they offered to pay for everything that has to do with Eurovision and even take for like 1 year, like the EBU, whatever. And they refused. So I don't know how that works. Maybe they're only allowed 1 TV channel per country to be part of EBU or something. I don't know. But in Romania at that point, I know that Pro TV really wanted to take the rights for Eurovision. But TVR did not want to drop them, so that's what happened. So that year we had no song, even though I really loved Anton's song. Okay, some people are saying that it's associate because it's our special broadcast service. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, like I don't know, but I actually thought that you have to be an EBU member to do that. Something, you're talking about some beer, so I missed something. Oh, that's why ES Swiss made so many points, because of that beer that had a very weird name, the Quill or something. I forgot what the name of the beer was, but it looked very strange. But Romania sent a song called The Balkan Girls. Are you saying Romania is different from the Balkan countries? No, but obviously I would be able to spell the Romanian names. I just meant like the names that have like the ch and the j, like Georgia. With those I would have issues because I wouldn't know if is it a C, is it a K, is it... But in Romanian, obviously I would know how to spell the name. Like I speak Romanian. And probably I would know the artist at that point. Yeah, so yes, he says the name of the beer was Kvölfrisch, which is absolutely weird for a beer name. I told you that the person that named that beer tasted that beer for way too long. So Isaac says, I think in the first week I had 82 and Kihak 76. Oh, so maybe I know it wrong. Maybe Kihak had 76. So if you had 82, it means that you had 41 points per 25 questions, which still means that today's score from Kihag was the record. And even to say, I think Kihag started pretty late. Let's see, because I think Kihag, oh no, he got points like in every round, and many 5s. There was just not a lot of questions answered, but when the answer was coming was usually 5 points. So yeah, I guess that's a strategy too. Only answer the one that you really know and be first, before everyone copy and pastes the answers. Someone says, I missed it, Romanians are too normal for Balkan. Oh, too normal, like too normal for Balkan. I don't know how to phrase this. Like my adult life, pretty much, I lived in Germany. So when I moved back to Romania, I still think they're crazy, like compared to the way the Germans are. So I'm not sure how much crazier, but I still think I think I can imagine how much crazier it would go if you go like to Serbia or like the Balkans. What would be like the Balkans consideration. Like when people are saying the Balkans, I really don't think they're referring to Romania, even though I think that Romania is very related to the Balkans. But I think when people are saying Balkans, they pretty much stop to like Romania, Bulgaria, and they call us something else. I'm not sure. Are we still, like when people say the Balkans, are they referring to us, or they're just like confusing the Balkans with the ex-Yugoslavic countries? But I would consider ourselves Balkans. I remember thinking that Romania isn't in the Balkans. That's what I'm saying. I think people geographically do not add Romania to the Balkans, but I feel that we are Balkans. And okay, Dana also mentioned the ex-Yugoslavia stuff. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yes, he's Swiss. Wow, that was a great pronunciation. It means fresh from the well. Okay, so I didn't know that Quell. No, it was Quell. Quell means well. I didn't know that. I don't even know how to say that in German. Is that Swiss German or actual German? I don't know the German word for well. Frisch, I knew that frisch means fresh. So I knew that was whatever fresh. But why is it well fresh? Usually people with beers are bragging that their water is from the mountains, not from a well. And I still want a Radler. I'm missing Radler so much. What is your favorite stage in Eurovision? Like staging by a country or the stage usually in a year? If it's a stage usually in a year, I think it's 2016 and then 2009. Those two I like a lot. 2009 because it brought like this huge change. And I feel that 2016 also brought a change, but was not necessarily continued afterwards. This is probably a weird question, and now I'm gonna read it on my own to see why it's weird. Oh, okay. This is probably a weird question, but do you have any routine for your beard? No, I actually get a lot of complaints that sometimes it just grows wild. If it was just up to me, I would literally let it grow like a lumberjack. I just like those like beards. But a lot of people around do not like that style. So I'm just like trimming it every now and then. I still let it grow like to the point where someone mentions it. If someone mentions it, then I will trim it. But if they don't, I just let it grow. Sometimes, maybe even in the videos, if you will watch, it'll go like a few weeks without trimming it at all because I really like it when it's like just, I like to go like with my fingers through, and when I don't have anything, it's like, it's so boring. I just want to go like in actual hair. But it's not an actual routine. I use a comb to like comb it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You just have to give the shape on the neck, and that's it. That's not a routine. I'm just really happy that it grows like this and it's not like patchy or whatever. Dana says, your question reminds me of the person asking about the beard. Yes, so while we were watching the 2013, like in the premiere, someone said that the guy with the glasses had the cool beard or something. Was something about the beard that Dana mentioned, and then I looked to see what the guy said. But I did not want the chat to become about that, so I did not answer to it. But I saw that one too. Obviously the guy, whoever the guy was new, so he had no idea that I was actually in the chat, even though I was like chatting. He did not know who I was, so. But I see a lot of comments like that, and it's obvious, like people, especially if you're new, you don't know whose channel that is, and if you're only watching like American React or whatever, it's me and some other people, so they wouldn't know. They would think it's just like a group channel or something. I'm guessing that's how people perceive it if they don't actually follow the channel. Isaac says, my favorite stage is 2007. Was 2007 the one with the forks? No, 2007 was Greece. Was it in Greece? 2006. Yes, in Greece, the one with the falling stuff. I thought it was a very cool idea, but sometimes I've noticed that those things were like kind of falling and dropping, and they were never like, I did not like, they were not like symmetrical. Like, I'm not sure if it was on purpose or something was happening with them, because the further the show would go, those things kept going lower and lower. I'm like, are those things breaking or they're supposed to be like that? So do you guys, by the way, know, were those things actually supposed to do that in 2007, or they were like breaking and it was like their plan B, just lower them? ...2007 was in Helsinki. Yeah, that's when... No, when I said Greece, I meant is when Greece won. That's the... No. 2007... Wait, 2005 was won by Greece. So 2006 was in Greece, 2007 was in Helsinki. Okay, that was in Helsinki. But the thing with the... whatever still stands. Do you guys think that was on purpose? Or it was like something was breaking? I don't know why I imagine Lordi being on that stage. Am I wrong? Wait, what am I thinking? I'm getting so confused. 2009 was Russia. 2008 was Serbia, the one with the two rivers meeting on stage. 2007 was... 2007, wasn't that one? That was with Lordi though, so that was 2006. I forgot what was 2007. Oh, the ball with the thing on top, wasn't it? That's the one? I don't think I liked it that much. It was nice for those times, but I don't think it was that cool. Now I know. So the bridgey thingy. Yes, now I got it. It took me a while, but I figured it out. But still, answer me about that thing with the stage, the falling thing from Lordi. Like, was that on purpose or not? Let's see if someone answered. I'm actually curious. Or if anyone noticed that those things kept falling. Hello Marts, HH from Hamburg. Is HH the whatever it's called, the abbreviation from Hamburg? For some reason I thought HH was Hanover. Maybe it is. I thought Hamburg is just H, one H. Arison says, I would like the 1994 show. I actually predicted the 1988 Eurovision happening in a Reddit thread. What do you mean? Maybe I missed something in the chat. Oh, you have a conversation with Marco. Now I see. So yes, Isaac tells me that Lordi were on stage, which now I know. I remember it right, I just had the years wrong and the country. I don't know what you mean by ball, but that isn't 2007. Yes, it is. It's just not a ball. They had like some sort of like a round screen thing in the back, and then there was like this bridge thing or whatever that was. It was like going on top over it. So that was a 2007. Maybe it wasn't like I remember there was something like circular in there, and then like a thing on top. Maybe I'm wrong. But the thing on top, I'm sure there was like a unfinished bridge going over the stage. So HH is Hansestadt. Hansestadt. I never heard of Hansestadt, Hamburg. I noticed the stairs things were always different. So Jake noticed that too. But what I've noticed is that like further the show would go, they would get lower and lower. Like it's not like one country would be like this and then the next country would be like this. It would be just like in the normal position, and just every now and then one of them would just keep going lower. What is your opinion, the best Scandinavian country in Eurovision? Well, I really think the best Scandinavian country is Sweden. Norway is coming close, even though Norway has had like some bad results in history. I don't always think they were really that bad. But yeah, I do think Sweden is the best Scandinavian country. I think they were influencing a lot Eurovision. Okay, so it's Hansestadt. It's not Hansestadt. Still, I did not know. I thought that Hamburg is just H. I think Daniel says, I think 2006 was meant to be an amphitheater. I also think so. I think that was the idea, but sometimes I felt that stuff were going wrong. How is the Japanese React going along? It's not going along quite at all because I cannot bring those people together. Like I need 2 people. I would also need like at least one of them to speak very good English, and people that I know, I do understand them like when I talk, but I think they would get very criticized in the videos if their English is not good enough, and that would just make them not feel motivated to do another video afterwards. So I want to start the series with someone that wouldn't care. Either they wouldn't care that people are criticizing their English, or that they speak very good English. So yeah, I'm working. That would be a cool thing. I really want to start Japanese React before I'm leaving Japan. Your friends are married? They look like a couple. Ram. Okay, so Ram, you're new to the channel, I'm guessing. Yes, if you're talking about the 2 people that you saw in yesterday's video, if you're new like from yesterday, yes, they're married. If you're talking about the 2 that are doing the back and forth videos right now, they're not. They're just both my friends, but they're not friends with each other. They just literally just met together while we were filming for the first time. I know them from very different areas. Let's see. What do you think of the new rule about backing vocalists for next year? I totally hate it, 100% I hate it. And I'm gonna predict that like at least 3 songs are gonna have like full choirs on the backtrack. Like I'm sure they're gonna all come like these gospel songs where they can put like 50 people having the backing vocals, which I think is totally unfair. They should have mentioned, I'm not sure if it's mentioned in the rules, I hope it's mentioned, that is not allowed to have like more than 5 voices or something, like to be a limit. I don't want to have like a full gospel choir singing, so that would be unfair. Plus I really want the vocals to be live to see how they put it together. React to Belgium 2006 please, and Serbia and Montenegro 2004 please. So a reaction to Belgium 2006 is going to happen. Serbia and Montenegro 2004 was not on my list, but I'm gonna check it. I'm always taking what is it called, suggestions. Honestly, if you could subtitle them, that would be okay too. Well, I also thought of subtitling them, but do you know how long that would take me, like to write the subtitles for everything they're saying? And also I think that would be a bit offensive to like just subtitle someone, because that would pretty much telling them, hey, your English is bad. So I don't want to do that. I think that when the Trivia Night series is over, you should post all artworks from the entire series in the Facebook group. You want to have them all? I will do that. Also, I mean, I don't really like talking about it, but because I feel very weird. I just started also like a Patreon thing, and people that are gonna be Patreons, depending on the tier that you're gonna support the channel, you're gonna receive different stuff, and artworks you can get also by doing that, but if you want to. The best way to support the channel, I'm gonna tell you, is to just disable the ad blocks while you're watching YouTube. And that's not just with me, it's like with every channel. If you feel like you want to support someone but you don't really have money to actually give to the person, the best way to support that channel is to remove the ad block from YouTube, because then those guys at least can make something off of the videos that you're watching. If you have the ad block, they're not doing anything, they're not making any money. Are you originally from a Slavic country, Alexander? So first of all, my name is Alexandru with a U in the end, and I'm actually from Romania, and we are not considered Slavic country, and I don't think we consider ourselves Slavic country either. Jutadori is so overrated, Erison says. I don't think it's overrated. I think it was very good for that period of time. I don't think it hold up like with the time. I don't think it does as well like now, I would not be like wowed, but I do understand for that year that would be very cool, because I quite liked it. Like when we did the Redemption, Je t'adore was went I think all the way to the semifinal, and in the semifinal, like I edited that country probably like 3 times, and I really liked the song. So I do think for that period of time it was pretty good. And I also like they're playing with the mic stands and the neon stuff. I hate songs with one line in French just to sound original. I also I'm not a very big fan when like countries are trying to just use languages just because they think they're gonna get votes. Because some songs sound well having 2 languages in, but because it seems like they've been written that way. But some countries are literally just changing stuff just to get votes from the country. One of them being Romania with Ljubi Ljubi I Love You. I hated that song so much. They sang in like 5 languages, but it was just bad. Like I didn't care. You're not gonna get votes from those countries if the song is bad. Erison says the Je ne sais pas. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Je ne sais quoi. But no, it's not that one. What kind of song would you sing in Eurovision if you participated? Well, considering the fact that I cannot sing, like I can hear if something is wrong, but I cannot sing, and because I can notice if something is wrong, I know that I'm wrong when I'm singing. I think a lot of people that cannot sing but they want to sing, they just go for like slow songs. So probably I would just go for something slow and deep and just not having songs that don't need a range, like just stay like on a line. That's probably what I could do. Dana, we don't consider ourselves Slavic, but we definitely have an air of that in our traditions. I mean, I'm not a good example because I'm a triple Hungaro-Serbo-Romanian hybrid, but yeah, I think we have influences from the Slavic countries, but I really don't think that we would be Slavic. I never considered ourselves Slavic. But I mean, what do I know? I thought we were Balkans, and we are not, apparently. Are you from Bucharest, Sibiu, or another city? I am from another city. I am from Cluj-Napoca. If you've heard. I really love my city. I miss it so much. I can't wait to go back home. Daniel says, work with Verka and me. Who? I'm missing something probably in the chat. One of the dudes who sang Ljubi Ljubi has corona. I think it's him, the Andrei guy. Which is the Andrei guy? I don't know who the Andrei guy is, because I don't know any of their names. Like I don't know who's who. I know that was like Mr. Domnul Problemo or whatever that guy's name was, and the guys from Alb și Negru, but I don't know their names. Like I honestly don't know. And the kid-looking guy that I think was the genius mind behind the song. Do you think Romania is a Balkan country or not? I do think it's a Balkan country, but I also think that people don't think it is a Balkan country. Personally, I do think we are. Do you recommend visiting Romania? Of course. And now, because I am extremely biased, because I come from Transylvania, I totally recommend you the Transylvania area much more than the other areas. But, I mean, it depends what you like to do. I just really like mountains, and I'm not very much of like beach, ocean kind of person. And I'm here right now in Okinawa, which is really the opposite of what I like weather-wise. But if you go to the south, you can see cool stuff. We have the Danube River there and wherever. You can go to the sea, to the Black Sea, but I still think I would like the area that I like the most is Transylvania. Romania is in the Balkan. Okay, Marco says, Romania is in the Balkan, just like all ex-Yugoslavia, Albania, Greece, Bulgaria. Bulgaria is probably Bulgaria. And you're not Slavic, because Romanian is not a Slavic language. That's what I'm saying too. I agree exactly with that. We have Slavic influences, but we're definitely not Slavic. That bald guy. Okay, so then it's telling me that the guy that has corona from Ljubi Ljubi I Love You is the bald guy from Alb și Negru. I did not know that he had it. Was it like in the news or something? I did not. I know that Marcel Pavel has it. Did you know that? So Marcel Pavel was also in Eurovision. He was with Monica Angel. I forgot which year though. It was before I started watching Eurovision. So I would say maybe 2003, 2004, whatever. That guy also has it. Mart says, of course I know Cluj. I haven't been to Romania yet, but I'm very interested in geography and cultures of other countries. I think you would have a very good time. And a traveling channel that I totally recommend you, that shows not like the cities from Romania, they show like how it is, what you can do like nature-wise or like trips in Romania, is Flying the Nest. I really love their channel, and when they did the Romanian part, they were really good. I think the best from all the traveling channels that I'm following. Would you like to meet any Eurovision star someday? I would really like to meet Loreen. Like, yes. Loreen, let me think. I don't know, like Loreen is definitely the top of my list. After that, I don't know who I would really like. Maybe Lena. I would like to meet Lena just because like I like her personality. But yeah, Loreen. Loreen is the one. I'll stay in Hotel Transylvania. Oh my god, don't even get me started with those movies. Like, I hate everything that has to do with them using it that way. What is your first ESC you watched? The first one that I watched was 2005. I actually made, did I make it? Wait, I don't want to spoil something, maybe I did not upload it yet. But no, I think I mentioned that. When I did Eurovision, like one of my videos is about Romania in Eurovision, that's when I explained it, how I started watching Eurovision, and I started in 2005 purely by mistake. I was just zapping the TV and I saw some sort of, I think the show already has started. It was like a semi-final, because back then I think they had one semi-final. I don't think there were two. It was just one semi-final, and like the top 10 would qualify into the final. And if you're in the top 10 in the final, you would have just be straight in the final next year, something like that. And I think that's when System and Luminica Angel were supposed to compete, and I heard the lady that was presenting the show in Romania mentioning it, and then I just saw like the table with like all the countries that were gonna sing, and I was like, oh, what is this? This looks interesting. And that's how I found out about Eurovision. It was absolutely luck. Just 5 seconds earlier or later than that, I would have just skipped it. So yeah, pure coincidence. Dana says, Loreen looks like an introvert and Lena like an extrovert to me. Yes, but Loreen seems like that type of like a deep person. Like, she has stuff to tell you, and I like those kind of conversations. As well with Lena would be a bit more, I don't want to call it superficial because that sounds bad, but it would be a bit more like surface stuff, but very fun. So that's why I like both styles. Do you know the hilarious interview with Lena and Frank Elsner? I don't know. I don't even know who Frank Elsner is. Am I supposed to know him? Is it from like a TV show in Germany? I only know Stefan Raab. When you sang Soleil in yesterday's video, I died. Well, my voice was not prepared for that moment. And then I just felt embarrassed because I heard how bad that sounded. It always sounds bad. And usually I can really control myself. But after I have a few too many of these, I don't know, I cannot stop it. Like, if it goes to like a specific moment, I just have to sing along. Sometimes I'm like, Alex, just shut up, you cannot sing anyway. But I'm kind of like Mike. Mike also said that he can sing the Icelandic song in the shower. I'm like, how? You know Ega Leaf and nothing else. But that's how I feel. And what I've noticed, and it's actually very funny, when I'm doing these reaction videos and I record myself and there's like a song and I start singing along, it's literally the exact same moment that I start singing along while I'm editing the video. Like, it's so funny, it's the exact same moments I feel to intervene in the song. I think it's just based on the rhythm of the song. I don't know. Like when the key changes or something, they're literally the exact same moments that I want to sing along. Risty, we've missed you in the trivia night. I think it was pretty cool. For the first time we had the audio round, so you've missed that, like some very weird noises. Ram, oh my god, Ram's questions are like so funny. What kind of costume would you use if you participated in Eurovision? As probably some of you know, like if you know the channel and how much Lauren criticizes my fashion sense, I would like some sort of costume that has like a weird... I don't need colors, it doesn't need to be colorful. It can be like gray or white or black, but to be like leatherish with like different textures and different like shades of whatever color I'm wearing, and to have like straps and buttons and, you know, kind of something like Azerbaijan last year, or what else? The guy from Sweden 2013, because we were talking about it in yesterday's video. Stuff that like the cuts are weird and stuff. I like clothes like that. The Americans totally don't. Like, I'm telling you, I'm wearing some clothes that I used to wear in Europe and they're looking so weird at me. Like, everything just needs to be like boxy clothing, and I like weird stuff. Oh, let's see, another question. How come you live in Japan? I just moved here. It's more of the way the life worked, but I'm only here for the next 1.5 years. So then hopefully going back to Germany. I really miss Germany. I miss Kaiserslautern. I never thought that I would say that I miss Kaiserslautern. While I was there, I complained so much that I did not like the city, but now I'm missing. There's so many things that I'm missing. I'm missing... Now I'm gonna say like some brands, but I don't think that matters. I'm really missing Globus because they have the very good frikadelle and the pizza Fleischkäse, and I am dying for those. And I really need some German Radler, not because I'm doing here, I'm trying to make it, but it's not the same. So I'm missing Radler. I'm missing a lot of stuff. I forgot what it's called, that very fresh wine that you're getting where like they don't even like close the bottles because they're gonna explode. I forgot the name of that. So yeah, there are a lot of things that I'm missing and I cannot get them here. Dana says, I learned Nightwish's Kolema in Finnish by ear, but would be so embarrassed to sing it to someone who understands though. Do you know which song I feel about just like that? Is from Eurovision, Milim. I honestly can sing the whole Milim, but I have no idea if I'm saying the wrongs correctly, but the words correctly, but I know every single thing. And I can sing you the whole song. It's just very weird, and I cannot make the sounds. So, yeah. Let's see. I actually can recognize anything, even after the answer. Like what do you mean, like in the images? Probably I've missed something. I literally can't recognize anything even after the answer. Is my brain broken? Says Erison. Are you referring to like the questions about the images that you don't recognize them? The chipmunk round was great. Thank you, Jake. I was actually quite scared. I didn't know if people are gonna like that, and after I saw the first song that you guys spent like 10 minutes answering that one, I was kind of starting to doubt that that round is working because people do not know what the songs are. Yes, Swiss says, Frank Elsner is very known in Germany. He invented various game shows. Anyway, Lena was so funny answering his questions. Check the video. Wait, is that? No, that's not his name. I thought that you're referring to the guy that presents Wer wird Millionär, but I don't think that guy's name was Frank Elsner. I think he had a different name. Dana says, I thought you would for sure try glam rock. not glam. I don't feel glam. I want leathery probably stuff, but like with weird cuts. Not like a biker jacket, something, I don't know, something like Azerbaijan last year, but actual leather. Hola Antonella Chichi. Antonella Chichi, welcome. And Erison answered in French. So are we doing the top of the morning Taya thing? Where like hola is, oh no, because Mike actually said guten tag, he didn't say bonjour. What is the perfect Eurovision song to sing in the shower? Well, Soleil, obviously, it's working perfectly in the shower. I do sing, and I think I said that in one of the videos, I do sing Grande Amore in the shower quite a lot. Sometimes I forget to do the rest of what you're supposed to do when you're in the shower, but yeah, I like when that song starts and I'm in the shower, I just stop and I sing along. What made you become an ESC fan in 2005? Well, the fact that Romania was in, the fact that I really liked the Romanian song, the fact that Romania did so well that year, and also because I thought the whole concept of Eurovision was really cool, and to me at that point was something very new. I know that now to me it's just like normal, it's Eurovision, but back then it was something that for me was like mind-blowing. I was like, oh my god, this is like the Olympics for music. I thought it was so cool, because that's how my brain worked back then. Also I was very geeky. So Erste FCK Kaiserslautern went bankrupt this week. I mean, I'm still surprised that they managed to survive. I think like after 2016, I kind of thought they would give up. They were doing so well and they were so close, like 2 years in a row, to actually go in the Bundesliga, and then they just missed it. But yeah, that's that. And yes, the name of the wine that I'm telling you about, guys, it's Federweise. Federweise? Okay, yeah, Federweise. It's pretty much, for the Romanians, it's almost like moussed, but it has so much carbonated stuff inside that they actually do not seal the bottles. So also when you're buying the bottles, you're only supposed to like hold them upwards, because if you're tilting it a little bit or whatever, it just like the whole liquid just goes out. Even when they're like scanning it, they're not gonna take it like the normal bottles and just like beep it. They take like a hand thing to scan it, or sometimes they just put like the code in, because it's like very fragile. But it tastes so good if you can make it home with it. Like, I don't even know how many bottles I've ruined until I got home, because usually I walk when I do shopping and I just put them in a bag and I'm like walking like an idiot, and then half of it is in my bag. Would you recommend Japan for a holiday? For sure. Like Japan, it's really, I don't know, I don't even know how to call it. It's like, breaking, like it opens your mind even more, because it's so different and there are things that you've never thought of. You didn't think that those things exist or that people are doing those things. And I just like to do new things where you learn about new people. You can see that not only your way is the way, other people's way is also a very valid way to do things. You don't have to have a better one and a worse one. Just accept everything together. And yeah, the things that you will be, also to clarify, I don't live in Japan like in the mainland, like where Tokyo is. I live way more south on a different island in Okinawa. If you watched Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi was from Okinawa, and actually the neighborhood where I live in is called Miyagi. And this is like a, I don't think it's quite tropical, maybe like subtropical island. So it's like very hot, humid, all that thing. But if you would go to the mainland, like if you want to see Tokyo or Osaka or whatever, it's more, the temperature is kind of like Europe. I would say it's kind of like Germany. Pretty much like that would be the feeling, but the nature is different and the architecture is different and the food is very different and the people are different. You're gonna enjoy it. Like if you're one of the person that like to see new stuff, you're totally gonna love it. If you're one of the person that likes just to like be cool and just be at the spa or whatever, I won't recommend you to come all the way to Japan for that. Even though they do have some spas, some good different spas too. Like they have a wine spa and coffee spa and stuff like that. But I won't come all the way here for that. But for how different the culture is, yes, I totally recommend that. Erison says, I've seen that Eisenherz has a channel. I've also seen that he has a channel. He's actually subscribed to my channel just like last week or something, and that's how I realized that Eisenherz is a channel, because he doesn't have a picture, so I thought it's just like a user. Dana says, you should try to see how accurate you sing Milim. I am gonna do that right after I stop the streaming. Oh, Erison says, I'm talking about the speed up round. Oh, so you even after you hear the actual song, you still don't know which song that was? Maybe the first one that I started with was a bit hard, but it's a song that I quite liked and it didn't do that well in Eurovision. Oh, J. Corelli asked me, Hatari leather, so like the clothes that I would wear? No, I would I would not go that far. Definitely no. That's not costumes. They literally just went to like a store with specific stuff and they just took their things. Like they're not even costumes. Let's see. Favorite millionaire is Günther Jauch. Yes, Günther Jauch was the guy that does the all the quiz shows stuff. I like him a lot. They even had like a show at some point, I forgot the name of it, where contestants would compete against him, against Günther Jauch, and they would have to like beat him somehow in the totals, blah blah, but they would be like 4 or 5 and he would be just 1 and whatever. I thought that was pretty cool, but they only did it I think for like 1 summer. Jordan says he sings Undo from Sanna Nielsen in the shower. I will see that, but it's never really on my mind. When I hear the song I want to sing along, but it's not a song that just comes in my mind. Who has been the sexiest person in Eurovision? I have to think about that. I don't know, like someone... I would tell you who I think I have an answer, but it's not an answer that you would expect. I think the person that I thought was really looking very good and kind of liked the moves was the dancer of Lithuania when they sang Attention. And those are also like the clothes were kind of matching what I was just saying. It was kind of like black leatherish stuff. Yeah, the dancer from Lithuania. For back and forth, would you... Oh, or you should. Okay, it was not a question, you're telling me. For back and forth, you should consider Italy 1984. Beautiful song, but a weird performance. I'm gonna take a look into it. After I finish the first season, anyway, I'm gonna ask people to suggest more old songs, because I don't know that much, so I'm learning a lot of things by doing it. Oh, I skipped a lot. Where was I? The Miyagi I know is Miyagi Ryota, a character from Slam Dunk, an old anime. I don't know that. But you guys should know the Karate Kid. You cannot not know Karate Kid. Really old dude that makes the young kid like paint his house and whatever just to like give him specific moves to use later. That was pretty cool. But that old guy was Mr. Miyagi. Oh, Federweisen... What? Federweisen together is onion cake. Together with onion cake is amazing. I would not eat Federweisen. I would not drink Federweisen with onion cake. I drink it because it's sweet and bubbly. Why would I mash... Like, I like onion cake too, but like on its own thing. I just need onion cake with a lot of cheese or eggs. But I would not mess it with Federweisen. I know a lot from Japan, mostly from the animes like Digimon or Slam Dunk. Again, another person mentioning Slam Dunk. I've never heard of that. I only know it like as a basketball thing. Digimon, I do know Digimon, but I was more of a Pokemon myself. Hatari leather is just fake leather. When you want real leather, you should go to Amsterdam or Berlin for really good leather. I know that's what I'm saying, but I was expecting them being artists and doing that to have the actual real thing. I actually thought it was real leather. Yes, Adli also likes Digimon. Okay, so you guys have like something in common, like the anime stuff. I go only as far as Sailor Moon and Pokemon goes, and then I stopped. I think I also watched some Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, some Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. But I'm not a die-hard anime fan. Dana says, talking about Nightwish made me sing a little, so I was thinking if you'd want to show the band to the Americans on the camera. I want to do, especially with Lauren, maybe it will be just with her, where we like do some sort of a change, not changes, like exchange, like experience exchange, like what music did we both listen when we were like in high school, so it was like her high school music and my high school music, or what we like. So I have an idea like that, but first we need to finish this season, because Lauren is kind of hard to get on now in the show, because I think I told you before, she became like this president thing of a group, so now she has a lot more stuff to do. That's why, by the way, if you did not catch the jokes yesterday when we were referring to her as Madam President, that's why we were telling her that. Also, that's why she cancelled multiple times recording the Eurovision 2013. Daniel says, the show was called Fünf gegen Jauch. Yes, that was the show. Exactly. But I only remember that being 1 year. Did they do it multiple times? Because I literally only remember like one series, and that was it. Okay, a lot of questions to me. Marco says, most sexiest person, the backing vocal from France 2010, who took his shirt off. Yeah, but like, no. If you go like that, if you take by taking your shirts off, then what about Svetlana Loboda's whole act? Like, those are shirts off. If you're gonna ask for old songs or back and forth, you should instate a hard limit so people don't spam me with recent songs. Yes, so like when I'm gonna ask the question, it's gonna be like, tell me some songs from after 95, because I do know enough songs before that, so I don't need help. Like, people are mentioning like a lot of 2017, 2016, and I'm like, I know those songs. Like, when I'm asking for suggestions or like from some really good acts that happened before that I've never heard of or something like that. So that I want to be clear when I'm asking that. Dana says, I'm obsessed with the Cobra Kai sequel that came out on YouTube Premium. It is so much in spirit of Karate Kid. And it has the same actors too. I know Cobra Kai. I'm not sure if I like it as much though. So Dana says, a male Sailor Moon watcher, give me 5. Well, I would give you a 5, but I watched Sailor Moon probably up until I was like 10 years old or something. And it's not because I wanted to, it's just because my sisters were so obsessed with Sailor Moon, and we had only one TV back then. And if they wanted to watch something, I had to watch whatever they were watching. And that was a total nightmare. Do you know how it feels to be like 8 years younger than your sisters? And they move through life a lot faster than you, so at some point they stop watching cartoons and they move to, like, back then it was like MTV, and they were like watching MTV when I wanted to watch like Cartoon Network or Fox Kids, and I couldn't because of them, because they had the control over the TV. That was like bad stuff. So I watched Sailor Moon because of that, but I did get to like it, but it was not my choice. It was just they wanted Sailor Moon. Jordan cannot decide between Pokemon and Digimon. I'm telling you, Pokemon much better. Digimon is a ripoff. Adli, oh my god, Sailor Moon. I have all season on my computer, but the original ending was super lame. Actually, I don't remember how it ended. I just remember that at some point, just more and more characters came in, and the plot overall, it was the same every episode. But I think at some point I just lost interest. It was just like very it was just repeating itself and just more characters came in, and I was like, okay, what is this? It's just the same thing with a lot more people. Do you like the voting system in Eurovision? I actually made a video about it. I do not, because I don't think it's fair. I think it's a nice tradition that they're trying to keep, but it's so unfair to countries, because my number one argument every time is, if you're in Eurovision and every country puts you on the 11th place, you end up with 0 points, which makes you the last place, and I think it's so unfair. And that's like a very obvious mistake that is going on with Eurovision. But I think they want to keep the 12 points and whatever. My suggestion would have been to give somehow points to all of the competitors, because the juries anyway have to rank everything from 1st to 26. Like, the juries do not pick their top 10, they have to rank all of them. And then they do like the average or whatever. So since they're doing that anyway, they could just give points to everyone. So if you're like 11th everywhere on 11th place, you're gonna end up probably somewhere around the 11th place, which would be a lot more fair. Georgia says, I know about Sailor Moon, but I never watched it. Well, then you don't know about the moon power and the magic stick that she kept having, and it kept changing every season. It was just more and more powerful and whatever. I think it's very cool. When you're a kid, that TV show is like so, I don't know, entertaining. Like, it's just a lot of flashy stuff and so many things are happening, and the story is like so exciting. I think once you grow up, you kind of notice how repetitive it is, because literally if I watch it now, every single episode had the exact same plot. They just changed like the bad person with another person and the big bad person with another person, and every season, like, it was extremely repetitive, but it was fun. If you're a kid and you have like the attention span of a butterfly, then that's really cool. Daniel says, I think Fünfige Genial is still on. Oh, I did not know that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. I literally only saw it 1 year, and it was like a long time ago. Maybe like 2012 or something like that. I can help you out with great songs from the past easily. Well, that's really cool. If you could join the group on Facebook, that would be really cool, because when I post there the question for people to give suggestions, that would be very, very, very helpful, because I'm also counting how many people are suggesting the same songs. Jordan says, my favorite was Sailor Jupiter. They were all badass. Yeah, they were. Was Jupiter the green one? Because my favorite was the green one. I'm not sure, because I remember them by color. I don't remember which was which. I know that Venus was the yellow/orange one, but then you had like the blue and green, which I'm pretty sure they were like gay for each other. I'm not sure. And one of them was the green one. I think that's the one that I like the most. If that's Jupiter, that's the one. So I'm okay. I skipped again a few questions. I'm sorry. Have you ever tasted a bug? Well, not on purpose. Actually, when I was in Germany, they opened an African restaurant, and I went there expecting something, like I was prepared just to try weird things. I thought they were gonna give me like some sort of insects to eat or whatever, and their food was a lot more normal than I was expecting. It's just presented differently, and instead of having bread, you have like this almost, it looks almost like a wrap that you're taking and you're picking the food with your hand and whatever. But the food was very normal. It was just like eggs and beef, and it's a lot of stuff in the same bowl, so you just eat. So it made sense when I ate it, but I was just expecting something a bit more insectish, and it didn't happen. And here I did not. Here I just ate a lot of weird seafood stuff, which, by the way, before I moved to Japan, I just considered it just like sea bugs, because I did not like fish, I did not like soy sauce, I did not like rice, I do not like algae, stuff like that. I don't eat that, but now since I'm here, I realize that those can be pretty good. I never understood the hype for sushi until I came here, and I've tried it here, and it is really awesome. So once you have the real thing, it's very different than what you're experiencing in Europe. But at the same time, the European food that they're trying to cook here is not European. Like their pizzas here, very bad. Their fried chicken here, not good. When they're trying to make like schnitzels, like the Japanese have a different way of making schnitzels, if you guys know what schnitzels are. And it's very good, but it's not the schnitzel. It's something else, but it's very good. For example, their pizza is not an actual pizza, it's more something that we would, like in Germany, it would be called Flammkuchen. It's more like that, it's not a real pizza. Anyway, but they think it's authentic. And the pasta the same, like they make carbonara, but then they add you like some raw egg, or they're doing I don't know what, but they add, it's always like a little bit Japanese influenced. Which is interesting for me. I just feel bad that they think that that's the actual genuine food from Europe, because it's not. Okay, okay, I'm sorry, Antonella, but I do not understand exactly what you're saying. I see that you're sad, and I see there's something that you wanted to ask, but I do not understand the question. Write it in Spanish, and maybe one of your other friends can translate it. Dana says, I am an only child, but can relate because the adults wanted to watch the news when Dragon Ball Z was on RTL. Literally, you are watching what we would call retele. I missed Dragon Balls. I did not watch it. I know of it, I know what it happens, but it's literally Dragon Balls. Well, okay, Dragon Ball Z is Dragon Balls. Come on, that was the title. Risti, what is moon power? It was the power that Sailor Moon would get from. Like, Sailor Moon would get her power from the moon. Sailor Jupiter would get her power from Jupiter. Sailor Venus would get her power from Venus and Mars and so on. That's how Sailor Moon works. It's a TV show, it's an anime about that. And they're kind of like, if you watch Captain Planet, I mean, it depends how old you are, if you know those. It's almost like Captain Planet, where each one would have like the earth power, air power, water power, and whatever power, and then they bring it all together and Captain Planet will show up. In Sailor Moon, it was about the planets. It was like moon power, Jupiter power, Mars power, whatever, something like that. And then you would have one guy that looked like Zorro, and he was having a red rose in his mouth all the time, and he would think that he's masked because he wore like a Zorro mask, and I'm like, that's the worst costume ever. What is your favorite Okinawan food? My favorite thing from Okinawa, and I think it's from Japan in general, I'm not sure if it's just in Okinawa, they have like these triangles, they're called onigiri. It's like triangles of rice that are wrapped in call it, what's the green thing, seagrass? Seagrass, I forgot, but probably Adli, you will know what the green thing is that you wrap the rice in, and inside is always filled with like tuna or salmon, or sometimes they're even like sweet stuff. They have like some pickled prunes and stuff like that. I always like those triangles because it's a very good snack, it makes you feel full, and it's not fatty, it's just carbs from the rice, but it's very good. Dana, I could eat sushi every day, but it's so expensive to order here. Well, here it's not necessarily cheaper. It is, I mean, yeah, probably it is cheap. They're like, if you go to like those revolving table stuff, it's a lot cheaper than in Europe for sure. But it's very diverse here. One out. My throat gets dry. I'm just announcing these are the last 20 minutes, let's say. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on, it's like 3 a.m. Geo, or I'm guessing Geo, probably. Are you Romanian? Hi, I'm glad that you joined the chat. Your top 3 Eurovision songs of all time, from Gheorghe. I was kind of trying to save that. I don't think I have a top 3. I know which one is my favorite song all times. You want me guys to tell you, or you want to wait for a video to tell you? I was kind of trying to save that. I didn't want to say what my favorite song all time is. Maybe I will, if you guys want me to. Fried chicken equals South Korea. Yes, the fried chicken in South Korea, it's just amazing. Like, I love. I'm not sure the chicken in general, but like the chicken wings at least, and like the chicken legs or whatever you call them in English, I don't know. Those are really, really, really good. Where are you originally from? I'm from Romania. I'm from Cluj. What Eurovision costume would you like to use in a funny party or Halloween? Ram, you have something with costumes. Like, I feel that you're like a cosplay guy, like a Eurovision cosplay. In a funny party or Halloween. So obviously, like, the first answer would be like the guys from Lordi, but I think that's very predictable. So it has to be something that people would not expect. Something like what the girl from Croatia had, the thing where they just pull it off and then it's like that. I think it was supposed to be kind of like a swan, but it almost looked like a chicken that was a bit sick, kind of thing. That's what I would wear to a party to be funny. But I would go with like the whole thing in the beginning, like with the sticks, and like when it's midnight, 2 friends will just like pull that out, and then I'll be in the other dress. Okay, I'm not sure how I would walk in that dress. That dress looked extremely uncomfortable. Lana says, but Korean fried chicken though is something I would never forget though. Wait, you've been to South Korea? Or how did you have Korean fried chicken? But yes, the Korean fried chicken is way better, but not comparable to Japan. Or at least to Okinawa, where I am. Fried chicken, not good. Joe asked me again, what is your favorite Japanese dish, I think it was. I just answered something similar. It's the triangles, it's the onigiri. If there was an Asian vision, I think South Korea would be the Sweden, India would be Turkey, Japan would be like one of the big 5. I think Japan and Korea would be fighting for the win. I think both Japan and Korea would be like Sweden. They would be like fighting off each other. They would have like the J-pop and K-pop, and that's all they would send every year. Oh, just says he loves onigiri. Okay, so you know them. Them. It depends how many you're having. Or maybe I am still very high in the questions and you guys, when you wrote this, you did not know that I already answered that. I miss eating some mochi. I like mochi, but it's very weird. Like, you really need to get used to that texture. It's like eating boogers that cannot split. I don't know how to explain it, but the first time I had it, I was like, it's weird. Because it's not really like Turkish delight, but it's also not, because it's a lot more gooey. It's more like, I don't know, it's like boogers. But the flavors are nice. My favorite song all time, I will tell you, spoiler alert, is not Euphoria. Euphoria is my favorite winner all time. But as I already said, I think earlier, the first favorite song that actually won Eurovision for me was in 2017, so I'm not very good at picking up the winners. So George is from Sibiu but currently living in Germany. Well, I am from Cluj and I used to live in Germany too. I used to live in Kaiserslautern. Where are you living in Germany, George? I am actually... Oh, okay. Okay. So are you... Geo? Is it right? Is it Geo, your name? Hey, if he gets the air. Okay, Mark. Mark, that's that Mark. Now I know which Mark you are, because I remember you. So guys, I actually met Mark when I was in Germany, but I did not know who he was. like in the chat. I think he was here in the first trivia night, I'm guessing. And after that, you didn't show up anymore. And I figured out that we actually met while I was living, back then I was not living in Kaiserslautern, I was living in Osnabrück. So Georgi is living in Munich. Okay, I've never been to Munich. The closest I've been to Munich was Nuremberg. And I've been to I almost said Rodenbach. Okay, not Rodenbach. Come on. The big city with R in that area. I cannot think of it, but you guys definitely can think of it, especially if you're from Munich, you know what I mean. Like the big city that starts with an R. Now I'm thinking of Rodenbach because I used to live there too. Regensburg, that's the one, yes. I've been to Regensburg and I've been to Nuremberg. I love the song Stay With Me of Pastora Soler. Yes, that song is very, very, very good. It's also writing and the way she sang. She was a very good singer. I'm up to date with the questions now. So Mark agrees that it was in Osnabrück. Yeah, so it was back then in Osnabrück. I was only there though for I think like a year and a half, 2 years. I think I lived in Osnabrück. After that I moved to Kaiserslautern. Any more questions? I'm up to date with all the questions at this point. So I'm talking a lot and I'm not drinking enough. Like my throat is literally dry. Ask us questions. Oh, I should ask you questions. That's very good because you always ask me questions to start some sort of like hate stuff. So my first questions for you guys would be, which song from 2020 you think was the worst and hyped, like overhyped? You're not just on the screen, you're real. What do you mean? I don't understand. Is based on something that I said? Oh, it's because Mark met me? Is that why I'm actually real? I leave now with a prediction. Favorite is Rendajad. Harrison, that's a very good song. It's not my number one, but it is, you're close in the area of where you're going. Also, have a good evening, I'm guessing, and have a cool weekend. What is left of it? It's like Saturday night. You still have the Saturday night back in Europe, don't you? Yeah. Favorite Portuguese entry? Well, Amar pelos dois. That's not even a question. Told you to get more Smirnoff. I have one unopened one, but the thing is that I'm talking so much that I don't have actually time to drink. Because I don't want you to be bored watching me drink. I made a very bad impression. People keep telling me how unprofessional I am. That's actually so funny. I'm getting like these comments that you guys are unprofessional. I'm like, of course we are. We're not like acting, we're not actors. We're just like literally watching Eurovision and just being like normal people watching Eurovision. So some people are also saying that we're not reacting, we are just talking. I'm like, I cannot be constantly like I cannot have reactions like that to everything. I mean, at some point, what you see, you've seen before somewhere, somehow. Not everything is wow every time. People are just waiting like faces. Which, I mean, you got some faces. If you watched yesterday's video from Mike and Lauren, you saw their faces when they watched Romania 2013. So those were faces. But it's like every now and then, you cannot react like that to everything. I really don't like Estonia, says Maskami, like in general in Eurovision or that song. Jordan says On Fire. Oh, you really don't like Estonia from this year, but that song was not hyped though. I think it was ranked pretty low, like by the bookers or whatever you call the booking guys. On Fire, Lithuania. I would agree with that one. Risti says the worst was France, overhyped Lithuania. I also think Lithuania was overhyped. I mean, it's not a bad song, but people were like going crazy for that song. The worst was France. I think France was one of my bottom 3 for a long time, but then they had the revamp or whatever, and I actually liked the revamp a lot more than whatever the song was, the one on the Eiffel Tower. I do not like that one. I don't like Chains on You and Freaky. I quite like Chains on You. I didn't like the live version of Chains on You. That was really, really, really bad. But the studio version is good, and the official video I really like. Freaky, I think I would like Freaky after a few Smirnoffs. Yes. But it would not be a song that I would go to. I'm like, oh, I feel in the mood to just like play Freaky. That's not gonna happen. Dana says I don't like Roop. Okay, so you didn't want to say On Fire or Lithuania. You just went with Roop. We still know. David Na. I don't think David Na was hyped though. I think David Na was just like not very good. I also feel that maybe I would have liked that song more if I knew what the song was about. I still don't think it would be like my favorite, but I think I would have liked it more. I just thought the whole staging was weird in their live national selection. If it was a selection, it was just presenting the song, I don't know. I just feel a lot better than I see that a lot of you guys are saying Lithuania. You have no idea how much hate I've got from Lithuania, because my first reaction to the song, I did not have a very positive reaction. So I did like my marathon thing where I just reacted to songs that I've never heard before. Like it was literally the first time watching them. And that one was not one of my favorites. I just thought it was weird for the sake of being weird, and man, the level of hate I got. Like this year Lithuania was the country. Last year I would say the channel was not even started. I think I had like 100 subscribers last year. It all started this year in February. Like when I started this year with Mike and Lauren with Americans React to 2019, that was like the first video, and from there I started. That's how I'm counting my channel. But last year I had some videos where I would like react to different ones, again without actually knowing what people think about the songs or what the bookmakers are saying or whatever. And I did not like Soldi, and man, how much hate I've got from Italy. But this year I liked the song from Italy, and now the messages are a lot better. So I'm curious which country I'm gonna make angry next year, because next year I even have an idea to actually react to the songs without watching the videos, like just be maybe like Spotify or something, or to be someone there to like change the songs for me, to react to them without knowing what country it is, and just to say like an actual opinion about the song without people thinking that I'm hating their country. It's like, it's literally about the music. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Guilty pleasure song. Lipstick is one of my guilty pleasure songs. Stay from Tuji, or whatever you pronounce his name, Toji. That's another guilty pleasure. It's like songs that I like, but I don't want people to know that I like. Okay, Joe also says that Monalie is the worst one. I see a lot of people are hating. I did not like the original, like the first whatever version of the song, but I like the revamp of Monalie. Oh Mark, you can stop now, I'm gonna start blushing. If you mean overhyped, that would be Serbia, says Masked Cammy. I would say yes. I think, I'm not sure if it was overhyped by people. I think that the Serbians were extremely proud of that song. I think it's just like the Serbians were like really pushing it. It's not, I didn't see a lot of wow reactions from other people. It was just like on the average level. But something that I really, really liked from that was a live performance that I saw from them, where they have like those white costumes with like mirrors on them. For some reason I liked that. I don't know, it was just me. I really liked that performance. The song on its own is like clubbish. Did you like Yodel It from Ilinka in Eurovision 2017? I liked, not necessarily the song, but I liked the way they managed to work out the song. So the way Alex and Ilinka were like doing stuff together, it worked really well. I think the staging was pretty cool, even though I still regret that nothing came out of those cannons. I was expecting some confetti or something at least from them, so nothing came out of the cannons. But other than that, I liked the way they presented, all their interviews, everything. Like, I think they were very good, I don't know if that's the right word, like promoters for the song, even though the song itself was not that good. But they managed to make a lot of fans. And I think that's what happened in 2010 when Lena won. I literally do not think that was the best song that year, but I think that Lena was such a good person to put up front to like just promote the song, and yeah, that's what I mean. For those kind of things, I think Ilinka was also very good with Alex. Adli says, I think I'll go early, need to wake up in several hours. Don't worry, I'm actually gonna also finish in 8 minutes, because it's like 3:22 right now. So at 3:30 I'm finishing to the chat. So Marco says, what? You didn't like Soli? I am so sad now. Everyone had this reaction when I told them I didn't like Soli. I do not get it. I know what it was trying to be, I know what the feeling was trying to be, I know what the text is saying, I understand everything. I just didn't like it. And I don't know, it was something was off, and I don't know what. Gerge says, one of my favorite songs was Standing Still from Germany 2012. I really liked Roman. I actually really liked Roman when I was in Germany. He was my favorite that year to win, and he won. So yeah. Serbians knew from the start that Hurricane will win probably the show. Should I try to pronounce that? Beovica, which is probably Eurovision. I feel like Vizia is vision, and Beo comes from, I don't know what it would come from. It's not Euro. I'm pretty sure they're just saying Euro to Euro. So I don't know what Beovicia is, but Vizia is vision. And that's why so many of them were proud. Oh, because their favorite won. Yes, I can see that. And also the exact opposite happens. If like your favorite doesn't win, then everyone just hates the song that won. Euphoric says, I'm sorry, Italians can be very rude sometimes. Well, I'm not even sure that those people were actually Italians. I mean, I'm sure that the big majority were Italians, but also like from other countries, they really like the song, and if you don't like the song that they like, they react really badly. I'm like, I'm just one person. Even like the most I would be one vote. Why do you care that much? Also, I got like a funny comment some days ago, and it was something like, I don't know why you guys are just wasting your time trying to make these videos. I think it was a comment to a video, I think it was the grand final of 2020 or whatever. It was a comment like, you guys just wasted all this time to make this video and you're not good, like this was just a waste of time, blah blah blah. So he wrote a comment like this, and I was so close to just answering. I was like, and still you wasted your time commenting to the video that was just a waste of time. So whose number? Us for wasting our time, or you for wasting time with wasted time? But yeah, some people act like that, and they don't. Like, I don't feel affected at all. Some of them, I actually think they're funny, how serious people are taking stuff when obviously I'm not doing this like seriously, I'm doing it for fun. Oh, let's see, it's 3:22 p.m. Wait, where are you, Joe? How can it be 12 hours in between us? Where are you, Joe? Are you in the States? Have I missed something? Maybe I've missed one of your messages, but you were telling me where you are. Let's see. Oh, Beograd. So from that, it's is like from Belgrade, and that will be like Belgrade Vision. Oh, I see. Okay, now it makes sense why it's named like that. But that sounds like it's all about Belgrade. Why don't they include the entire country? Why isn't it like Servija or something? I wouldn't want our show to be called Book Vision. Booka Vision? No, not a good title. Okay, so Kihag, you can go nap. Don't worry, I'm almost done too. So, congratulations for winning tonight's trivia night. And for taking the lead with the record points. The problem with Eurovision sometimes are the political jury votes, because no matter how bad, for example, Greece is, Cyprus will always give them 2 points. Yeah, the same thing with Azerbaijan and Armenia, like the exact opposite of it. Even with Romania and Moldova, I would say, but I've realized that quite a few times Romania did not put Moldova as number 1. Moldova always puts Romania as number 1, but Romania not always. And I'm not sure if it's the televotes, I'm pretty sure they are the juries. I still think that the people are voting for Moldova. I just think that our juries maybe don't always put Moldova that high. Oh, juries in Brazil, so that's where they're 12 hours. I mean, still the States is probably like the same hour, the same time zone, I'm guessing. I don't know. Thank you, Euphoric. I'm definitely gonna keep making videos. Okay, so I got to the last comment, and this time I will say goodbye because it is getting really late. Yes, like Dana says, we don't want to become Buka Vision in Romania. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys were new or you came later in the chat, this was like a second part. Like in the beginning we have like a trivia show, a live trivia like with questions and whatever about Eurovision, and after that show we have like this random chat, which now was like for 2 hours, even though I was planning to make only 1.5 hours, but I cannot stop talking. Thanks so much for staying this late with me, like for so long. Like I started 3.5 hours ago, and I really hope that you guys are gonna subscribe to my channel, by the way. And I hope that you like my content, and I will see you here again next Saturday. Don't forget, if you don't want to do only the chat but you want to be part of the show, that starts at 5 p.m. Central European time, so like Germany time, 5 p.m. I'm not sure what the time would be in Brazil, but it's 12 hours from me, so at noon, because if you're 12 hours away, so at noon in Brazil, that show starts. Any questions? A lot of good nights, and thank you guys. See you again.